Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. Got a new smartwatch for you from DTNo.1. This is the 68. We're running through all the numbers with that end in 8, I guess. This is the unboxing part of it, and the bands are obviously removable. We've got a little module inside. Interesting layout. Looks like it's got plates on the bottom. And, of course, the band is here in the outer packaging. Oh, tricky to get these things up. It's like customized packaging for this. And then we've got more goodies in here to reveal after I tell you where you can get it. The DTNo.1 official store on AliExpress has it available for you. Check the show notes for the link, and if we've got a discount for you, you also can pick it up from Banggood, another supporting sponsor of this watch. Again, check the show notes. I'm sure the price will be lower than that. Spec-wise, what we have going for us in this one is a whole bunch of colorful dials. That's its stake to claim. 20 dial watch faces in it. It's a basic standard smartwatch. Got, the Fundo Tethering app. All these different languages are supported. It says it's IP68 waterproof, has heart rate, blood pressure, blood oxygen. All of those things are supported. Come on down, and we've got other functions like pedometer, of course, alarm calendar. It's a basic fitness watch. The tech specs include a 1.2-inch TFT 240 by 240 screen with a 230 milliamp hour battery. Gives you about 10 days of standby and 30 days of use time with a 2-hour recharge. So it's a good long life device, what they're promoting for us here. Let's see what else we've got in the little containers here. There's the charging wire, and inside of here is the manual. We'll take a look at that. Let's look at the wire first. It looks like it's your standard 2-pin magnetic connector. Yep, and it holds the watch. I don't know about with the band, but it's nice and strong for that. And the manual itself, as we usually do, we'll page through it to show you in case there's something you want to come back and freeze frame later on. You can do that, since most of the time these manuals themselves are not actually available online. There's the QR code to scan for the Fundo app, and we get into the different functions. And this is one of those manuals that's mostly text instead of picture driven, which is kind of a challenge for those who are not using English as their supported language. But nonetheless, here's the information, warranty, and then we are into other languages in this book full of languages. Okay, I'm going to charge it up, put the bands on, get it all ready, and we'll take a run through what it'll do. So we got the little plastic cover we can take off. It's all charged up. Long press on the red button, and little vibration, and there we go. We're on our original first watch face. So let's take a look. If I swipe down, I get into a few different things. There's the brightness level. That's the lowest, second, and third. So there's 3 different brightness levels. That's the brightest one. We've got the battery level, the time, whether or not you have Bluetooth connected. It looks like there's a do not disturb option, and then settings. And when we come in here, we have about, we have the QR code, which is what you'd scan to download the Fundo app. But again, I have it in the show notes. And we're not going to talk about the app today because I got many reviews of that one out there. But it's the one that's used here. Then we have a reset option to completely reset the watch. And those are the 3 different things. So pretty much useless information from that little area. About watch will tell you that it's simply called smartwatch when you're tethering, and that's the MAC and the version number that goes along with it. So that's what happened when we swipe down. When we swipe up, we get into Alipay. And of course, that's not supported outside of China, so we can't really use that. This is, as I understand it, not the NFC supported version, but the QR code kind of version that's used for Alipay. But I could be wrong on that. I'm not totally sure because we don't have it here. When I swipe to the right, I get into my message area where you could read any messages that come in, and that just cycles around back and forth. And when you swipe to the left, we now get into our overall step count. That's pretty cool. It's right at 1,000. I did walk around with it a bit, 0.72 miles and calories burned, and it times out, but it comes back there when I touch it again. Here's a sports section that if I touch it goes into the things you can set up. Walking, running, cycling, climbing, swimming is supported with this watch, football, basketball, table tennis, all these kind of sports that don't involve linear motion are just going to give you a time versus expected calories you'd burn doing that. And then a history section that if you have any records, you could go back and look at them. There's no GPS in this watch, so all of your step count information, all of your distances will be computed from basic step count. Here we are in heart rate, and we tap on that. We get into a section where you have heart rate, blood pressure, and blood oxygen, and the quintessential ECG, which I hate to harp on, but because it's the Fundo app, means it's totally fake. So ignore that one. But the other three you could play with. We go into heart rate, lights up the diodes, and touch it, and give it a moment to see. Now I want to mention something else while we're waiting on all this stuff to go through. The green diode technology, PPG, is what is typically used on all of these devices to calculate heart rate and even the estimation of blood pressure, which we can come up with here. When it gets to blood oxygen, the early watches used that same green diode for calculating blood oxygen, but there's a lot of study and a lot of development happened, as you've seen in previous reviews, that tell you that using red diode technology is much more accurate for the computation of blood oxygen. So in 2020, I'm going to be looking to bring you reviews of watches that are more likely to be closer to accurate than not, and these are not. So we'll be looking for watches that use the red diode. I'm not getting a heart rate, probably because I'm talking too much, but I do want to go into blood oxygen to see whether or not we've got red diodes on the back. Let's see if we get any kind of a reading at all. My finger's covering the sensor back there, and it's taken too long for this review, but let's take a peek. Haha, it's not even on. Look at that. Come on, blood oxygen. Oh, there you go. You see the green light showing through? It turns off if it's not reading me, but it would be getting you blood oxygen from green diode, which means, I don't know, it's probably not going to be that close to accurate. Because blood oxygen ranges typically between, 97 to 99, 100%. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Blood oxygen comes up when you're doing things like sleep apnea analysis or heavy-duty workouts, that kind of stuff. Here's heart rate. Here's last night's sleep time. Here's a basic stopwatch. But the nice thing is it's big digits, so it's going to be easy to see. Counts down to hundredths of a second. It doesn't look like you can do lap time with it. You can pause it and you can reset it. Then there's a music player. When you're tethered, you can remotely play your music and more, which is where you can set alarms, have sedentary reminders, or of course find your phone if you're tethered. And that's all three items on that page. And then we're back to time. And let's see, typically you press and hold, you can change watch faces. Here's another one. It's kind of an analog digital combo with words for time and play and back and sport, but there's no buttons there, folks. So they're just grabbing a watch face to throw into it, it looks like. Here's a nice white against black high contrast display for you for time. Notice it's in military time, but notice that the thumbnail is, well, we don't know. That could be 02 in the morning, but it might be in 12 and 24-hour time. I haven't seen a way to change that on the watch, so most likely, if it's changeable, you'd do it through the app when you're tethered to it. Another watch face here. If you recall, it said at the beginning that there's like 20 different watch faces, and that's one of the big stakes to claim on this particular watch. So we're taking the time to show you, since that's their main factor. There's a little analog one. Here's another digital one. And yeah, if you're really into changing watch faces, here's one with lots of your data, your step count, heart rate would show up here, and so forth. Yeah, colorful, nice lot of information. Basic watch right there, basic digital watch, another one. Yeah, here's the one that it opened up with character running and digital time. And then we're back around looping again, it looks like, yeah? Okay, wow, there's a bunch of them in here. Here's a butterfly one. I guess we're not looping yet. So if you are into that, you've got that with a large step count and your digital time there and a butterfly icon. There we go. Now we're back. That's where we started right there. Okay, removable bands on this one. This is what it looks like on. It's not too thick. Pretty nice, shapely watch. The overall build quality is okay. It's not any carbon fiber thing, but yeah, it's an okay watch. You got the two-tone band going for it. And we have it available from AliExpress at the DT No.1 special store, or you can pick it up at the Banggood store, right? Banggood has it available for us too. We're looking at the DT68, so check the show notes for buying links for both of these and discount pricing if available. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.